I think it was 16 Candles, where she writes all the things she wants in like a partner, and she puts it away. And like her mom's like, oh, when you find it again, I'll be your partner. And when I was little, I wanted to be in love more than, I don't even know why. I think it was because I had daddy issues. My dad was like didn't really show me love when I was younger, and I wanted to be in love and feel love more than anything, I used to think about being able to buy a boyfriend when I was little, like 8 and 7. Like I just wanted companionship that badly. I remember I wrote in my journal once, like when I was really little. Like, I was like fucking 7. Like, and I was like, somebody who's like unconditional, an artist, long black hair, mixed face, preferably black, like doesn't care about money, doesn't care about cars, wants to live and see the world, but we'll make sure that we're okay, like, together. I found this shit the month me and Jupiter started talking again, and I was like, this is crazy! And I'm just like, you know, like, this is meant to happen. Like, this is meant to happen. This is real, and like, I've always doubted, like, me being able to be in love or have love my whole life.
I'm not really affectionate, and I try to be, but I want it to be organic, so I don't like to force things, right?
Right.
So recently he said, I just need you to show me a little bit more affection. And I'm like, this sucks because I've been trying. I didn't say it to him.
Right.
But I'm
doing that at your
yes,
pace.
I'm like, I've been trying because I realize, you know, I'm not the most affectionate, and I've heard that in the past. And I'm just like, okay. But I don't know what that looks like because I don't naturally just
do that.
Yeah. Hugs are new for me.
Oh, wow.
You know, my family wasn't affectionate at all. I can't recall a time my mom said I love you, and I'm 30, so yeah.
And that's just the way she's been.
That's just the way she's been.
Do you feel like it was like stemmed from her family?
Absolutely. I think the way that they show love is just, you know, doing things.
Okay.
And that's not how we all receive it, right?
Right.
So you can say, I gave you the world, I bought you this when you were small, I did that. But for me, it's like, you never really supported me. You were never there.
Right.
So, yeah, learning to kind of navigate that.
I hear so many people are in these relationships and they're just like, this is depressing, this is this, this is that. My life was like that until I came out as trans. Everything in my life has been terrible except for my relationship. Not terrible, but hard except for my relationship. My relationship is so beautiful, like so beautiful. And it's like, I really feel like people need to be around trans people. They need to experience them and feel that and learn, because that helps you see yourself. We are all transitioning. You're transitioning, these people are transitioning, everyone here is transitioning. Every single day, they just deny it. They deny that they are evolving.
Did you eat?
No, I didn't.
Why not? You think I buy groceries just for shits and giggles?
Who cooks on a Saturday?
You just take what, Friday hit, Saturday off? So what you making tomorrow? You ain't taking nothing out. What's funny? What are you making tomorrow?
What are you making?
Well, I'm cooking.
Because the agreement was...
Your pop-up don't cook on Sunday.
I don't have a pop-pop, first of all, because he don't like to be called that.
Your grandfather don't cook on Sunday.
You not my grandfather.
Didn't you say your grandmother be instilling stuff in you? Wait, go back over there. Tell her you got a man.
My grandmother was married at 15.
Wow.
She's been married over 60 years.
So listen to some of the gems she dropped for you. And
She do drop gems.
And I'm sure cooking on Sunday is one of them.
She said the Bible says, wives, submit to your husbands. Wives.
The Bible also says girlfriend is an audition for a wife. Deuteronomy.
Where it says that?
Deuteronomy.
Right.
147.
Men think about sucking dick all the time. You want to know how I know? Because a lot of these bitches' husbands and boyfriends be in my inbox asking to suck my dick. And they got kids. And when they come over, we don't even hook up. They start crying to me about how they feel suppressed and caged. And that they're scared to even be themselves and they feel they're going to die straight. And I'm just like, is this what we're upholding in society? Misery, lack of pleasure, lack of love, like lack of being seen, lack of being touched, like It's depressing.
I said I should drive his ass as much as I can shoot out.
Yeah.
What we going upstairs for?
To get my
Purse that you don't ever use?
I do use it.
Oh, why? You always just use my money.
You got jokes. You have jokes.
You think the dog's even gonna recognize me?
He needs to swipe. It's his responsibility.
That's my responsibility. What type of shit are you on? But if I say it's your responsibility to cook, I'm misogynistic.
Well, the Bible says a man that don't work don't eat.
So what did he say about you?
Let not your heart be troubled.
Hey.
Okay, what are you still barking for? Where's your toy? No. Oh God, did you pee on that too? Y'all are disgusting. The Moet thing.
You need to be going to get that doggy cologne because I can't.
You need to go get the doggy cologne. That a bedroom kid don't have nothing for dogs?
No. Oh yes we do. We have plenty of things for men. Plenty.
Here it comes Ace.
See look, it's too much alcohol in here.
Cause you're a drunk.
It's only the red ones too. It's everything else is solid.
Man, hand me that coquito.
It's disgusting.
You're disgusting. Make Joe banging. You want to get drunk? It's like, no, let me stop playing. For the SPCA here. Hey. Don't be looking through that. If you would have made something, we would be here fucking.
Well, it's food in here.
I didn't cook it.
I've never had someone be like, you know what, bitch? Like I'll take care of you. Like I've always been that bitch. Always. Like, and I don't have anything to take care of anyone with at all. I'm always fucking giving. And I just started crying. Because I was like, bitch, like, it's not that I dreamed of someone taking care of me, but I dreamed of someone understanding that I can't do it all by myself. And like for them to just like be like, I'm getting emotional. For them to just like be like so present with me, and like we went through a lot of shit, like we've grown separately, and for them to like be like, you know, we've had problems and I apologize, but I love you and I want to be with you and I want us to be happy and I want us to have a life and I want us to not live in poverty and to do our shit. Like that's what every bitch wants somebody to say to them, whether you're gay, lesbian, trans, straight, like trans, non-binary, whether you're cis, whether you're a hetero, whatever you gender or sex you identify as, everybody wants somebody to just be like, I got you, bitch. Like, it's okay. Like, rest your head for 2 seconds. Everybody wants that. Sometimes people need that, and it's just...
So why is now the time to move in together?
I don't never know if there's a right time. You know? It's just... Usually I'm apprehensive about those things in general, and when it was brought to the table, I felt, you know, as I said earlier, comfortable, safe. Yeah. I've never like had that support that I get. We joke about it, but it feels good to have that. And trust me, I'm the worst critic when it comes to meeting somebody 6 months in and now you living together. Celebrities get married, it's just like they only been together for 6 months.
What?
But
What did you say about me?
I guess I get it. Jace,
Don't holler my name no more.
I have a question.
Nope.
Answer it.
Nope.
Or no, seriously right now.
Okay. What's this?
Why is it the right time to move in with each other?
Huh?
Answer the question.
When I came out as trans, I was like, bitch, a man's never gonna love me. Like, you say that all the time. Like, that was like my rhetoric in my head. Like, I will never be loved. Like, I will never be appreciated. Blah, 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 blah. And, like, looking back now, like, I feel so bad for myself. Like, based on, like, me thinking that, like, about myself as, like, a human being. Like, oh, I'm not deserving of love because I don't look a certain way. There be girls looking like crocodiles out here with like fucking 6'2" men. Like, bitch, you never know. And it's like, being trans, I feel like we're super ultra pressured to feel desirable and to feel wanted and to feel sexual and to feel seen and to feel all these things. And it's like, bitch, we don't even know where to start because there's no blueprint for us. Like, cis people are raised from birth to be like, oh, you're gonna be with a man or you're gonna be with a woman, and you're gonna work and you're not gonna work, and you go to school, you're not gonna go to school. But it's like, when you're queer, you get told these things and you immediately know that's not your life because you feel different towards all of those things.
Answer the question.
How do I know what it is?
You don't, right?
You never know, bro.
Exactly. That's what I said. That's why I can't stand you, because it's like mirror. But why do you feel compelled to do it?
Because I love you. And it makes you happy. And it makes me happy because it makes you happy.
You funny.
I mean, like, you never really know. Like, I say all the time, my parents was together 20 years. Until they got divorced. Like, who knows, right? So it's like, I fuck with you. I'm in the moment.
But you never lived with anyone.
Please don't remind me. It's gotta be a challenge. I'm not saying it's gonna be like, oh, it's easy. It's gonna be a challenge. I like my own space. Even growing up, it's just me and my sister. Like, it was never like a bunch of us. Like, I had to share a lot of spaces. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to sharing. That's why I need to get this TV over there as soon as possible, because I just have to watch you fucking play wrestling all night.
Well, I was hoping that you can get the TV over there this weekend, because if I have to watch you play Spider-Man while you're interrupting my wrestling time, that's going to be a problem. So, you better figure that out fast, buddy.
I be feeling bad for like people sometimes too, because they never experienced being with a trans person, and being with a trans person literally makes you change. It opens up your mind. My ex-fiance called me like 2 weeks ago, and they were like, you know, like, sometimes I feel like I just like bodies because I was with you, and it, like, kissing you and being with you wasn't like I'm kissing a dude. It was like I was kissing lips and they were great and they were yours. And it's like, men need that. Women need that. The ability to experience things freely without labels.
Yeah, it's a lot of first times in this situation as well. I've never dated a trans man.
How did that happen?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. We met at this panel, and that's all I can really say. There was a chemistry, like, from day one. He's never dated a trans woman.
Why didn't you date one before?
I was just tired of men in general. You know, like, especially black men. I've had issues with feeling safe in the company of black men. Most of our issues as black trans women stem from black men and toxic masculinity. So I was afraid of that. And even in this relationship, there has been like challenges because, you know, that toxic masculinity shows up. Even when it's like, I guess, not intentional. These are things I feel like culturally we have to address. We raise these men a certain kind of way.
I wasn't socialized as a man. So when you say toxic masculinity in regard to me, I don't understand what you mean. I don't think I've ever like perpetuated that.
You're perpetuating.
I'm serious. When have I like?
When you turn off my music.
Please.
Like trans people we're privileged in the sense that we're so oppressed that a lot of us really don't need labels anymore because we're like they're not serving us. But it's like cis and hetero people need to be woken up, y'all. Like it's like, why do women in America? Why is it a joke that men don't make you come? Do you know how crazy that is to me? Because my partner and me, I don't know if this is TMI, if it's considered or not. Okay, we can go, bitch. My partners never came before me, ever, and I always finish, always, and it's about me. And then it's about them, because I'm like, bitch, you already did it. Like, all my friends, like, oh, my boyfriend never makes me come, my boyfriend never eats my pussy. I'm like, bitch, my partner does whatever the fuck I ask of them. Sometimes it's too much. Like, sometimes it'd be a little too freaky. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, but it's for your benefit. And I'm like, okay, that is wild to me that bitches want to live with a man who don't do shit for them, and then they want to fucking like, oh, I love men so much. Like, I'm like, bro, I'm not nothing. We ain't nothing. Like, we ain't nothing. Like, we not nothing. Like, I need to go. Like,
I need to get my shoes over there. That's what's really problematic for me.
Was it scary for you even starting a relationship, especially never had dating a trans woman?
What you mean scary?
Just like in general.
You're a woman. You don't. Yo, it's so funny you say that. My brother just texted me. Females are psycho. No matter how they're born, they're all psychotic. So it had nothing to do with you being trans, because y'all crazy. Crazy. So it wasn't scary because you're a trans woman. It was scary because I was getting out of a relationship, getting into another one.
Why haven't you dated a trans woman before now?
For me, it was just because when I lived back home, I hadn't transitioned yet, and I didn't know any open trans women when I lived in Delaware. And then when I moved to Florida, I didn't start meeting any trans women until I started transitioning. But by that time, I was already in a relationship. So it wasn't like I knew trans women and I had an option of dating them. It was just that.
You were in a relationship with a cis woman?
With a cis woman. And then the trans women I knew, I was just not interested in them. Not because they're trans, just because for a plethora of reasons, I just probably wouldn't have dated them.
What are some of the reasons you wouldn't have dated us?
Because they are old. I don't want no old ass lady.
Oh, those women specifically.
Yes.
I thought you meant in general.
No, not in general. I'm saying the ones that I knew, I wouldn't have dated them.
in Florida, since there's not a lot of trans people, there aren't a lot of options for trans relationships, and a lot of people like immediately assume that like trans people always want to be with someone cis, and I did until I dated another trans person, and it's like not being able to have space and not being able to have community inhibits us from meeting each other, which inhibits us from building community each other, which inhibits us from involving and creating new forms of relationships. And like being with a trans person has been one of the most healing and like evolutionary things for myself, and I would never had that if I would have never left Florida. Like, I can guarantee I would have never. All of my trans friends who are like highly femme, like very femme visible, are single, like dating like bum ass niggas, like who hide them, like being like taking Ubers to men's house at 3 a.m. and then paying for their own Uber back. Like, just like shit I can't be doing.
I had a crush on Laverne Cox, but I seen she was dating that white man. And then I was like, never mind.
Everyone.
So it wasn't like I was anti-trans women. And it's so funny, like, a lot of the guys that I know now that were saying they would never date a trans girl, I was like, I would never say I wouldn't date a trans girl, because I would. Like, I would just have to be attracted. Like, that's just women, period. Like, if I'm attracted to you, I'm attracted to you. Like, you're bold, and I like that, especially in a society that tells you don't be bold, that tells you walk around and accept what I give you. Like, that's very attractive to me. So that was my initial, like, from the panel when you were just talking that shit. And you're very intelligent, you very articulate, like. And then I told you that day you came in with the bundles and the highlight and the pink jumpsuit. Hey, then my blood started flowing to my other brain, and so then I was like, both of my brains are attracted to her.
I never wore that pink jumpsuit again because I'm kind of scared.
Why?
So,
Why are you scared to wear it?
no, trust me, I'm scared.
No one penetrates hell. I've been stuck in dick here and there because, you know, a bitch needs a fix. But no one be going inside my body because I'm like, bitch, I could fucking catch something. And in that moment, whether it's pleasure or not, my life's done. It's not done, but my life has changed because I decided to give, like, there are so many more pleasures I can enjoy and there's more safe ways to enjoy sex. I just think it's not an excuse.
Oh, now I'm tying you up, but I'm not topping you.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
But you said you ain't like to be topped.
Men. It's something about that man, you know, being able to, like, interfere with me that way that I just can't grasp.
Cis men or trans men?
Both.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
I let a woman top me any day. But that man is just, it's different. I can't explain what that is.
Do you think it's very
Men have
like
different
something
energy.
personal?
They do have a different energy.
Do you think
Yeah.
it's like a trauma that you went through and you feel like it's
Possibly.
still there? Like,
Possibly.
yeah,
Did
Possibly.
you have a trauma like that?
yeah.
Because, you know, like with men, it's this anticipation thing. They're excited, then they rush through you, and they're done. That's
I
it.
think that.
And like women have this natural caring about, like, you know,
But let's say not all men are like that.
not all men,
But
but
and also not all women.
of course.
That too.
Just
But a lot of women partake in aftercare when it comes to, like,
Yeah. As
exchanging
a rule, these
sexually.
things are
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you have this issue where with trans men or cis men, you feel like, oh, you can't do this. Like you're already telling them you can't do this. I think that there might be some kind of trauma that you went through or something that just scarred you that you feel like if you were to go through that, your mind will go back
I
to
feel
that
like I'm
point
giving him
where
my
you were
power.
love.
Like, I can't. You know.
Again,
Well, why is
comfortability.
it hard for you to
you know.
give you power to a man, but it's okay for a woman?
Yeah, I think there's
Okay,
something
I think
up
that
with
goes
that.
back to the relationship with me and my
With your
dad.
father?
Yeah.
Did he abuse you?
Yeah.
But I think that should be
That's what you
worked
have to
on.
work on.
Because what if you do find the love of your life and he happens to be a man, and then you're gonna have so many struggles.
Yeah, I
You
know.
know, because
That's
you
why I'm
already
working on
have a trauma.
First step is acknowledging.
Titties, pussy or not, like, I will never ever be in a situation ever again where I felt debilitated because I was in a relationship that I feel like I needed. And Florida makes people feel that way, especially trans people. Like, so many trans men here feel like they have to, like, be involved in nightlife and do drag and do all these things to, like, be seen as something that's even worth looking at. And it's like, that shit makes me sad as fuck. That we have to be entertainment options before we can be ourselves. That we have to be like fetishes before we can be ourselves. That we give up ourselves before we're ourselves. Like, that's crazy to me, you know what I mean?
Typically, we were raised a certain way, different cultures and backgrounds, religions. So anything outside of the norm for whatever your family ritual is, like, it's bad. It's not good. So I was raised in a Christian household. Homosexuality, not good. My mom assumed that I was gay. I'm like, I'm not gay. She would always ask, I'm not gay. You like men. So what? I like women too. I just like masculine women. They're still women. She didn't quite understand. And then she's like, there was a moment where she was like, well, why do you have to dress this way? This is how I feel comfortable. You talk toxic masculinity, how men were told they cannot cry, they cannot feel. And a part of that, the moment you begin to cry and feel, especially in the Black community, oh, you're a punk, you're a sissy. You shouldn't do that. Girls do that. Referring back to sexuality. When we're all people, and we all come equipped with so many different feelings and emotions, and like, everyone's different. Embrace that. So it's really simple. Folks who don't get it choose to not get it.